Hi again, Kevin Culp from Supermicro. This is our continued podcast on deploying or instantiating an SCC VM Guest Instance on our hypervisors. What I've done here is I've loaded remote desktop. I've launched it from my Windows host, connecting into the hypervisor of 172.24.199.109. If you are unsure on how to deploy remote desktop on your hypervisor, there are plenty of examples out on the internet to help you through that. Very easy to install. Some great how-to videos out there to get you started in deploying remote desktop on your Linux host. So we're going to log in here as root and then log in as the password. And once we log into the password, we'll get launched into our desktop connection here. So it's a little slow to respond here. On the top corner here, we have our connections that are connected that are assigned to basically bridges. We have bridge 0, which is connected into the LAN 0, and bridge 1, which is connected into our SCC heartbeat network or our network and where our HA cluster communicates with. So we're going to go and click on activities here. This is how we're going to launch our virtual machine. In this case, if you scroll down, you can click here. It'll actually give you an indication of what features or what applications are on your desktop. I like to just simply come up here and type in virtual. It'll find virtual machine manager, and then we launch it. And then once we launch it, we have a virtual machine manager as a GUI here, which is quite honestly a slicked, kind of GUI that communicates and starts the instantiation of your VM. So let's start by creating a new virtual machine. So this is our new HA node, which is going to be essentially containerized in that 600 GB container, which is a storage pool that you're going to have to set up. So I've already copied the ISO image, which is going to be Ubuntu here into a operating system disk, which is in a folder called Kevin in OS repo. You can set up your own storage pool OS repo, which will store all your ISO media that you can utilize and deploy. I just simply created a folder on my operating system and then just point to it. So we're going to click here and then we're going to browse. And then when we browse, we're going to browse local here. We're going to find the ISO media. And it's going to be in our computer section here. And then it's going to be in user root and then Kevin and then OS repo. And then here's our Ubuntu ISO. We're going to open that up. And then it's going to allow us to step into the next phase of our instantiation. So at this point, you have the pointer of your essentially CD-ROM, which is virtual, that is going to deploy from that ISO. We're going to continue on and forward on. And the next thing is it's going to ask us whether we want to set our permissions. We can certainly do so here. And then this is where we're going to plug in our hardware requirements, which is 16384, and then we're going to use 16 CPUs, which are requirements that you can look in the hardware installation guide or the hardware requirements section of the installation guide. We're going to forward on. And then instead of where we point the disk image to location on our system disk, we're going to actually create a storage pool here. And we're going to manage it. And we're going to find that storage pool or create that storage pool. And we're going to call it HA no dash 01. And then we're going to browse and we're going to look or find that disk that we mounted or that target, which was the mount point, which is, you notice here, it's an NVMe drive, a 3.7, excuse me, terabyte. We're going to utilize that and then we're going to open it up, right? And once we open it up, we're going to point to that disk 1 where that QCOW image is going to land and be stored, which is going to be the 600 GB. So we're going to click on finish here. Immediately it'll create it, and then we're going to choose that volume there, and then we're going to create our VM. We're going to give it a name here of HA no dash 01. And we're going to give it a 600 gigabyte capacity here to allow this the storage pool or the containerization. Once we do that and allocate it, it's going to take a little bit of time to create this. So if you were using an SSD drive, a SATA drive, or a SAS drive, it would take a long time to write out that 600 gig space to that drive. So once we find it, we're going to choose that volume, and then we're going to continue on with the instantiation. We're going to now give it our VM a name as HA node -01. We're going to select our NICs here of bridge 0, this point, and then we're going to click finish, and then it's going to start our instantiation installing of our host. And then we're going to do this 3 times. We're going to do it for each particular hypervisor. Hypervisor 1, hypervisor 2, and hypervisor 3. So we'll have these 3 VMs as n+1 spread across NT-infinity, as I mentioned before, on each particular rack, or isolating them with different PDUs or bank of PDUs so that you maintain high availability of your VMs. So this will continue on with the installation of essentially Ubuntu. Later, we're going to update to the latest version of Ubuntu by doing an apt-get upgrade, which will bring our Ubuntu image to the latest release, kernel release. And then we'll do this 3 times for each particular hypervisor. So that concludes the instantiation of the SCC VM Guest Instance. I will go and deploy 2 other ones on the other hypervisors, and we'll be back at you a little bit later. Thanks for joining this video clip. We'll see you next time.